Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
What time is it?
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Damodara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodara Radhe
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe
Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada Gurudev Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura.
Hari Bol Say again? Oh, I'm not sure. Waiting for Panduranga bro. You just see this?
It was right here and then he went back in.
It's a bit sensitive. But I think once because it's so humid it'll loosen up now. We just it should start now, I think. That's the funny thing.
I'll just do it.
No, reading of the offerings.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatarine
Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda I don't know. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Can I type some power from my computer? Can I type some power from my computer?
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
The audio is messed up in the stream. It's sounding echoing.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Kila. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitya Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaura Haribo.
Nittai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
It's unmuted.
Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. We are very fortunate that to see the divine mercy of Srila Prabhupada in the way this temple has manifested. And we are also fortunate that we are able to celebrate his divine appearance here today at the temple. So today's festivities, as some of you have witnessed, began with kirtans. Next, we have some homage, written homage offering to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Before devotees start reading that, I would request His Grace Haribolananda Prabhu and Her Grace Garudi Mataji to come over here and say a few words about the glories of Srila Prabhupada. And following that, there will be the Vyasa Puja reading offerings. So I request them to please come here.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pachayane Nevasesha Sunyavadi Pashchatta Desatarine. So, there's really an unlimited amount of things to say about Srila Prabhupada. But today it's very nice that this wonderful Abhishek is going on in his glorification, and today is showing us that he is the real representative of Vasudev. He is the true representative Acharya for the next 10,000 years. He has so many titles. Of course, I'm sure all over the universe he is being glorified on this day. He has unlimited disciples because he's preaching everywhere. I'm sure he is traveling all around the universe, showing and distributing his mercy. Some people think he is not, unfortunately, but there is no question. because he is always with Krishna, and Krishna is always with him. And that's how we get the mercy of the Lord. Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasada Asha Prasati Nagatika Topi Dayam Stuvam Yasha Tatasti Sandram Vande Garoshi Charanarvindam. By the mercy of the spiritual master, we get the benediction of Krishna. And without the grace of the spiritual master, I cannot make any advancement. So everything is happening today and every day in our Krishna consciousness by the grace of Srila Prabhupada. And I, for one, pray that he can somehow or other kick me into always remembering that. Make me addicted to the chanting of Hare Krishna. I've had so many addictions in the past, this life, so many abominable addictions. But that's the addiction I should pray for, and I want to pray for. Somehow or other, make me addicted to chanting the holy name. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for allowing all of us to come together and glorify you in this way.
I hope we get to read our Vyasa puja offerings later on. That we worked on them yesterday for a long time, and
This is not, I don't think.
it's not my voice. I have this one here that my husband wrote that I thought was so wonderful. So this is his description. He says, "Please excuse me. I've been praying to not cry. I'm very easily moved anyway." So my husband says, "I saw you when by your grace you accepted me as your disciple and gave me initiation at the Rath Yatra Festival in Trafalgar Square in 1972. You were sitting there on your Vyasa-san at the base of Lord Nelson's column. I always found that amusing because Lord Nelson was a highly respected admiral in the British Navy, and here you were chanting the holy names of Lord Krishna with thousands of people and spreading Vedic culture despite the British rule trying to crush it. Krishna was glorifying you. Krishna works in amazing ways. I'm sure Srila Prabhupada was amazed too. See the videos of him when he was in Tompkins Square Park in New York City, and how all of the people there dancing and chanting, and I think he was amazed at Krishna's plan for him.
How glorious it is, you know. He comes and sits under a tree. There's no flowery language. There's no frills. Potency of the holy name, and Krishna came in, was so attractive. And even to the most fallen, who generally would not be attracted to such a divine thing, to such a pure thing as chanting of the holy name, they were attracted. And so it's incredible. I see that example of Srila Prabhupada, such a incredibly simple, example, and yet that beginning there created the Hare Krishna movement all over the world. And actually, it is a fact we can say that the holy name of the Lord was chanted in almost every place in the world. When George Harrison, member of the Beatles, made the album, he made several albums with the devotees in the beginning, but the one he made with the My Sweet Lord, they calculated that it was heard in 190 countries. So it's like, that prediction that the holy name would be heard and chanted all over the world, even though it was through that medium. still quite incredible. So, but it's all, Krishna was so pleased with the personality Abhay Charan, Srila Prabhupada, so pleased that he arranged all this to happen. And we can clearly see that Srila Prabhupada was, Abhay Charan, that soul, was picked by Krishna. This is your destiny. This is your destiny. You will take the glory for the chanting to fulfill the prediction of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You will take the glory for all this. So we're very fortunate to be able to sit here today and serve him in this way. Okay, there's such an ocean of difference. When I was in the early days of Krishna consciousness, when we were in the early days of Krishna consciousness, such an ocean of difference. We were such a bunch of fumbling personalities, because we'd come straight out of the lowest grades of material life, and but somehow or other, we struggled to hold the festival or to prepare things when Srila Prabhupada showed his mercy by visiting the different temples. But here today I see, I think it's because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy ultimately, but your background, your punya, or accumulation of punya in your background, I see that you have this natural, inclination, and you accept the training of Srila Prabhupada, and of course, the pioneer of started this new revolution. I see, like ISKCON Bangalore, when we first went to ISKCON Bangalore, it was such a breath of transcendental fresh air for us, because up to that point, we were struggling with so many things. What had happened in the last 30, 40 years. But we saw that then right there, while Srila Prabhupada's mercy is manifesting himself in such a wonderful way. And here we are today. This is another you could say, another manifestation of his mercy, that he's inspired another generation of transcendental warriors to keep on, fighting for his position. I remember one time when I first saw him come into the Amsterdam temple, it's funny, the Dutch people are all very tall, and I was tall also. For an English person born in England, I was tall, unusually tall, because a lot of them are smaller. But when he came in, his stature was so small, and he stood there and looked around at that place, and I wonder what he was thinking. I still today I would still wonder what he was thinking, because it was such a what can I say? It used to be right in the middle of the red light district, and he had come in a sense he had come to hell because it was a hellish state there, and he was standing there for several minutes, looking around, and I just wonder and almost like this is another miracle of Krishna, these people, the lowest of the lowest, are coming here and chanting the holy name in this. Because it was like that, the red light district. As you go there, it's red lights everywhere. It's like the biblical description of hell. But anyways, he stood there, and then he went and performed the ceremony installing Jagannath Balaram Subhadra, and I heard him speak then. But when he actually spoke afterwards in the lecture, then I felt. The Bhagavad Gita, when I first came, book was given to me by Madhavangal Prabhu, and I started reading it. But when I heard Srila Prabhupada speak, the reading of that book then became so much more alive to me, became real. I could see that Prabhupada spoke with such gravity, It was like God speaking, Krishna speaking, I've always, even when I see his recordings and listen to him online, I see that it's like Krishna is speaking through him, He doesn't, a child like, yes, okay, Krishna, this is what you want me to say, I say it, just like this. And I've always felt that about Srila Prabhupada, that he's so many of these things shows that he is the genuine bona fide spiritual master. One could say he's the real McCoy. And we're very fortunate to be able to serve him. Anyway, there's. You want to say anything more? No.
Well, just that when my this is talking about when my husband was remembering the time in Amsterdam when Srila Prabhupada came. He said, my husband said that none of them were initiated. They didn't have, and they had these deities there. That's how they got Srila Prabhupada to come, was to install the deities. And so he installed the deities for them. I don't know what happened, but then they took care of him. And then my husband said, too, that he was there for just a little bit of time, and then he was off again to encourage devotees in other temples.
Always distributing his mercy. It was like a mild, pleasing breeze. He came and spoke, did the ceremony, and then he was, off again to another engagement. Srila Prabhupada was like that. He never stopped. Always preaching, always traveling, always trying to distribute his mercy, Krishna's mercy, to the fallen souls. Yes, and what can I? There's one of the things that stands out to me about the difference between what we see now and then is you devotees, such like ISKCON Bangalore devotees, like I was saying when we first went there, we were just like, wow, this is like Vaikuntha, because the devotees were very together and always very enthusiastic, serving and so well organized, We were, as I said before, we were just a bunch of crazy heads. And Prabhupada had to deal with us, He was so tolerant. He dealt with so much. When I go down into that subject about how tolerant he was, I can't really speak about it too much, because what I speak about is laced with some anger because of what happened. I saw things, and I saw my godbrothers' lives ruined, families ruined, children ruined, so many things. What they, anyway, I cannot, what they tried to do to Srila Prabhupada. Bhaktivinoda speaks about someone called a Kali Chela. Kali Chela is someone who is dressed in a Vaishnava way, but actually is not a Vaishnava. His desires and his motive is the opposite of a Vaishnava. And I didn't really understand. I heard that very, very early, actually, when I became a devotee, but I didn't really understand it. And then I read some more later on, some years later, and then of what Bhaktivinoda was saying about it. And it was hard to understand because it was actually going on within our movement. It was actually going on within the movement. And, when you see such things, and you don't know what to do, because it's like, why is this happening? How could this be happening? It's like really leaves your mind a blank. And it became, even till today, it became like a disease. And as I said, but anyways, that's not going off the point. I mean, Srila Prabhupada, again, to glorify his qualities, you know. He saved the day. Always he saved the day. And yet such persons, their hearts were cold, and still they tried to, disgrace him, and in so many ways. It's not understandable by me, actually. It's not really understandable, because it's Srila Prabhupada. He's our spiritual master. He brought the holy name of the Lord in this Kali Yuga to save us all. It's total mercy, because even you as devotees, we all know out there in the materialistic society today, it's hell. So this is like this is an oasis. This is one of the oases that Srila Prabhupada, manifestations of Srila Prabhupada's mercy, and so. Yeah, our things could go on in the way, but it happens. It's Kali Yuga, and when, like Srila Prabhupada explains, when we become devotees of Krishna, then we're declaring war on the material energy, on Maya, and that's the ultimate battle. Because sometimes when I consider it from a philosophical point of view, I think, okay, so Krishna, we rejected Krishna. We wanted to be like Krishna, so we came to this material world. He said, okay, you can have, no problem. I give you all facility. You come down here and you enjoy. No problem. Then at the same time, but he set in place his material energy to constantly, in various ways to guide us. Sometimes we would suffer and maybe we'd learn something. Sometimes we would enjoy and maybe we'd learn something. But it's all the play of Mahamaya. The material energy. So it's, on one hand, Krishna is giving us that facility. On the other hand, he set up a system of chastisement for us to, to learn by as we try to come back home, back to Krishna. God, I don't know. Yeah.
Can we have a big Hari Bol for His Grace Hari Bol Ananda Prabhu and Her Grace Karori Mataji? Hari Bol. You can offer flowers. Next, I would request His Grace Sadanand Prabhu, the temple president of Sri Radha Damodar Mandir, to come and offer his Vyasa Puja.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to you on this sacred day of your divine appearance. It's only by your mercy that I have been allowed to continue serving at India Heritage Foundation, Boston for another year. Every moment that I am somehow connected to your mission is an undeserved gift, an opportunity I neither fully comprehend nor fully qualify for. You have provided everything, the process, the philosophy, the community, and most importantly, the clear direction. Whatever I am able to do is only a small attempt to follow in your footsteps, offered with the hope that it may please you in some way or other. You have made it unmistakably clear that spiritual advancement depends upon receiving transcendental knowledge from a bona fide spiritual master, not through scholarship or imagination. In Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 34th verse, you instruct, Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. In your purport, you emphasize that these three elements, pranipata, which means full surrender, pariprashna, genuine inquiry, and seva, active service, are prerequisites for any real spiritual knowledge to be revealed. The spiritual master is not merely a teacher, but one who has seen the truth, tattvadarshi. And only through this sacred relationship of humility and service can the disciple be enlightened. I have seen this come true in my own life. When I forget this formula, even my service becomes dry or mechanical. But when I remember it, especially your instructions, everything aligns again and there is light. The relationship continues beyond the Guru's physical presence. You taught us that Vani, your instruction, is more important than Bapu, your physical body. In your letter to Hamsadutta Prabhu, 1970, 22nd June, you wrote, although a physical body is not present, the vibration should be accepted as the presence of the spiritual master. Vibration, not the physical body, is important. Therefore, we should take advantage of the Vani, not the Bapu. Vani is far more important than Bapu. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 28th chapter, 47th verse, you explain in the purport that the disciple and spiritual master are never separated, because the spiritual master always keeps company with the disciple as long as the disciple follows strictly the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called the association of Vani. Unquote. These truths are what sustain me. When I read your words, consult your purports, or recall your instructions, I feel protected and directed. Even if I stumble, the way forward becomes clear again when I turn to your Vani with faith and submission. This year, we also witnessed the Supreme Court of India affirming the autonomy of ISKCON Bangalore. While many may see it as a legal victory, I see it as yet another unfolding of your transcendental plan. Your authority and vision are being increasingly recognized and honored in ways beyond our understanding. You once said, your books are the law books for the next 10,000 years. This too was another reminder. Here in Boston, we are trying to move forward steadily. We observed the second anniversary of the temple and are continuing outreach efforts among students and families. The aspiration to serve prasadam to university students on a daily basis remains ahead of us. But even such aspirations are not our own. They are inspired by you and your vision. Srila Prabhupada, please bless me with the strength to always remain in the mood of surrender and service. Protect me from pride, from thinking that this service is mine or that I am the doer. Remind me again and again that I'm only meant to be the servant of servant, by your mercy alone. And please save me from the grievous mistake of offending any Vaishnava in thought, word, or deed. May my heart become softer, my words more thoughtful, and my actions more aligned with your mission. I offer this simple offering at your lotus feet, praying only for the chance to serve you and your devotees with sincerity for as long as you allow me. Your insignificant servant, Sadananda Das.
Next, I request His Grace Patinan Prabhu to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. This year is especially significant as by your mercy, our temple, ISKCON Bangalore, has achieved a great victory in long-standing legal battle. Yet, the struggle for truth continues. It is deeply ironic and saddening that your final instruction, so clearly expressed in your July 9th letter, is still rejected by many within ISKCON, who instead fall into the misconception of needing a living guru. In press conference on July 16th, 1975, in San Francisco, you were asked, reporter, what will happen to the movement in United States when you die? Srila Prabhupada, I will never die. Devotees, Jai Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada, I shall live forever in my books and you will utilize. This powerful statement makes it abundantly clear that your divine grace remains the sole Diksha Guru of ISKCON. You also said, in the absence of my physical presence of the spiritual master, that Vani Seva is more important. My spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami, may appear to be physically absent, but still I serve his instruction and never feel separated from him. Lecture August 22, 1970, in Srimad Bhagavatam class. The disciple and spiritual master are never separated because the spiritual master always keeps company with the disciple as long as the disciple follows strictly the instruction of the spiritual master. This is called the association of Vani. Physical presence is called Vapu. As long as the spiritual master is physically present, the disciple should serve the physical body of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is no longer physically existing, the disciple should serve the instruction of the spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada, you have made it crystal clear that your instruction preserved in your books, letters, lectures, and conversations are the eternal guiding light for your disciples. This is the truth, an eternal connection between the spiritual master and the disciple. It is our great fortune to be on the right path under your shelter. On this most auspicious day, I humbly beg you to bless us with the sincerity and strength to serve your instruction with unwavering faith and devotion. Your fallen servant, Bhakti Narayan Das. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Next, I'll be reading the Vyasa Puja. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories unto you. Today, the issue of succession within the International Society for Krishna Consciousness has once again come to the forefront, following the recent Supreme Court verdict in favor of the ISKCON Bangalore Temple. While the legal dispute primarily pertains to property rights over the Bangalore Temple, the deeper and more consequential issue concerns the question of spiritual succession within the worldwide ISKCON society. At the heart of the division between the two groups lies the interpretation of your directive issued on July 9, 1977, wherein you clearly appointed 11 senior disciples to act as Ritviks, officiating priests who would initiate new disciples on your behalf. While your instructions were clear and unequivocal, some of your senior disciples, influenced by various motives, sought to assume the position of initiating gurus, thereby deviating from your explicit order. Despite starting from humble beginnings, the ISKCON Bangalore group of temples have flourished simply because they have remained faithful to your instructions. Their growth is a living testimony to your teaching that spiritual success is attained through unwavering faith in the words of the spiritual master. You illustrated this timeless principle through the example of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. When questioned by Prakashananda Saraswati about why he only chanted and danced instead of engaging in philosophical debate, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu humbly replied, "E tanra vakhe ami drida vishwasa dhari." I firmly believe in the words of my spiritual master. You further emphasize this point in your purport to the same verse by citing the Vedic injunction, "Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru, tasyeta katita hi arthaha prakashante mahatmanaha." Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Supreme Lord and the spiritual Master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. You explained that this truth is fundamental, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself confirmed it by his personal example. With full faith in the order of his spiritual master, he launched the Sankirtana movement. Similarly, your followers began the Hare Krishna movement with complete faith in your instructions, particularly your July 9 directive and your Vani. By that faith alone, this movement is expanding all over the world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never disobeyed instructions of his spiritual master, nor did he ever stop the propagation of Sankirtana. Likewise, you personally followed the order of your spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, who instructed all his disciples to work cooperatively to spread the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worldwide. In your purport to Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.96-97, you write, "We believed in the words of our spiritual master and started in a humble way, in a helpless way. But due to the spiritual force of the order of the Supreme Authority, this movement has become successful. I pray and seek your mercy so that I may firmly believe in your words and serve your instructions." At the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Prachetas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared before them in his supremely pleasing form. In their prayers to the Lord, they glorified his merciful appearance. Rupam Bhagavata Tva Etad Ashesha Klesha Sankshayam Avishkritam Na Klishtananam Kim Anyad Anukampitam. Dear Lord, we conditioned souls are always covered by ignorance in the bodily conception of life. Thus we continually accept the miserable conditions of material existence as our shelter. To deliver us from such suffering, you have revealed your transcendental form. This is the evidence of your unlimited, costless mercy upon the distressed. What then can be said of the mercy you show to your devotees, to whom you are always so favorably inclined? It took thousands of years of penances for the Lord to personally appear before the Prachetas to dispel their miseries. But by your costless mercy, their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Damodara and Sri Sri Gaurnitai have manifested in the town of Shrewsbury without any such kind of austerities to deliver the fallen conditioned souls from the sufferings of material life. I am eternally indebted to your costless mercy, by which I am able to witness a small glimpse of spiritual life through the opportunity to serve their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Damodara and Sri Sri Gaurnitai under your guidance. May I always remember this priceless benediction and strive to serve you and their Lordships with humility and devotion. Preaching the educated youth. In your letter to Govinda Dasa, dated April 7, 1973, you emphasized the importance of reaching out to the educated youth. We especially have to try to attract the educated young men and women in your country, so that in future there will be many strong leaders to keep our Krishna consciousness movement strong. Inspired by your divine instructions, the devotees of Sri Sri Radha Damodar Mandir have established a new preaching center in the heart of Harvard University. This center aims to introduce Krishna consciousness to the educated youth of Boston and train them to become future Krishna conscious leaders. Additionally, devotees have also opened a student hostel adjacent to Worcester Polytechnic Institute to cultivate Krishna consciousness among students at Worcester universities. Indeed, the establishment of these spaces has only been possible by your costless mercy and the efforts of your dedicated disciples. As we humbly endeavor to fulfill your desire to train young, educated leaders, we pray for your guidance, mercy, and strength to carry forward these projects. Your aspiring servant, Panduranga Gopal Dasa. Next, I request His Grace Balram Prabhu to speak, read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. This year shall be remembered by your disciples for centuries to come. This year, you have been awarded the title of Vishwaguru by the Akhil Bharatiya Akhara Parishad, the first time in the history that this honor has been bestowed upon any spiritual leader of the world. It is most fitting, therefore, that you are the first person to ever receive this recognition during the Mahakumbh Mela held in February of this year. The Akhil Bharatiya Akhara Parishad is the apex Hindu body in India, comprising distinguished sannyasis, saints, and transcendentalists. By conferring upon you the title of Vishwaguru, these saints, who have a large number of impersonalists as well as Vaishnavas of other sampradayas, have acknowledged you as their own spiritual master. Through this act, you have brought a large body of impersonalists and other transcendentalists under the banner of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, whom you so perfectly represent. Thus, you have delivered them the causeless mercy of Lord Nityananda. The fact that this recognition was universally accepted demonstrates your position as the preeminent Acharya of our times. It is said, quote, it is said that a single pure devotee of the Lord can deliver all the fallen souls of the world. Thus, one who is actually in confidence of a pure devotee, like Narada or Shukadeva Goswami, and thus is empowered by one's spiritual master, as Narada was by Brahmaji, can not only deliver himself from the clutches of Maya or illusion, but can deliver the whole world by his pure and empowered devotional strength. End quote. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.8.5 purport. This year, it has become evident to the entire world that you are that single pure devotee who will deliver all the fallen souls from the clutches of Maya for the next 10,000 years. It is therefore painful to see that some of your disciples are attempting to usurp your position as the founder Acharya of your worldwide ISKCON movement, minimizing your role by referring to you merely as the founder. They say that you are not the current Acharya, but are a predecessor Acharya. They seek to usurp your position as a sole Diksha Guru and try to minimize your ongoing active role as the eternal spiritual master who has accepted the monumental responsibility of taking all your disciples back home, back to Godhead. They are depriving thousands of aspiring devotees of your direct relationship. I am very fortunate to have received the association of your sincere followers who clearly saw the fallacy of accepting self-appointed gurus in the name of disciplic succession and fought against this system relentlessly for over 25 years. While many of your sincere disciples were expelled from ISKCON simply for speaking up against this fallacy, the management of ISKCON Bangalore group of temples was empowered by you to fight back. This year shall go down in the history as a landmark moment when your legacy as a sole Diksha Guru in ISKCON was legally reinstated by the Honorable Supreme Court of India through the recognition of the legitimacy of ISKCON Bangalore and its Memorandum of Association that explicitly states that ISKCON Bangalore shall consider Srila Prabhupada as the Diksha Guru. By recognizing the right of ISKCON Bangalore to exist independently, the Honorable Supreme Court has also ruled that this system of initiation is a legitimate system as per the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. Thus, the court ruling was not merely about property ownership, but also about legitimacy of the system of initiation. Although the ISKCON GBC has yet to accept this new reality, the truth has already manifested. Dear Srila Prabhupada, these events confirm that you can choose to infinitely empower anyone who sincerely follows your instructions, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, without any other desire in the heart, Arana Koriho Maniyasha. Those who fought back were empowered by you. Those who could not fight back at this scale, but nevertheless continued to follow your instructions, were also recipients of your mercy in being able to do so. O Prabhupada, when will I come to this stage of purity? My heart was filled with countless desires, and my intelligence is scattered and many-branched. No wonder that firm determination in following your instructions has not yet taken root. I am a loose screw, fallen outside the machine of your worldwide mission. on this most auspicious occasion of your appearance day, I beg you, please help me uproot all distractions from my heart and fix my mind and intelligence upon your divine instructions. Please pick me up and fix me into the machine of your mission. Your humble servant, Balaram Anuj Das.
Next, I request His Grace Jagat Purusha Prabhu to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories unto you for eternity and evermore. Another year has gone by in my distorted and inadequate attempt to serve you at Sri Radha-Damodar Mandir. Although I live on the holy temple premises where the Lord and his pure devotees reside, my mind resides somewhere else, far away, asunder in the darkness of Maya. I desire a life of so-called freedom from the rules and regulations put forth by Prabhupada, a world where I am the ruler and king of all I survey, where I can live according to my own whims and selfish notions. This is my topmost and corrupted desire. However, by your grace, there have been moments of clarity bestowed upon me where I glimpse the futility of these desires in my own misguided mind. I pray these moments of clarity sustain. My fall downs are innumerable, offenses uncountable, and my pride unimaginable. Despite your every effort to show me humility is the path to salvation, and arrogance is the path to hell. Even as I write this, I think, how shall I craft this offering to make it nice for people to hear? Whereas I should think, how can I write this in a way to please you? My mind is obsessed with approval from the general public rather than the only opinion that truly counts, yours, Srila Prabhupada. I pray I give up this obsession. Once, when scolding Tamal Krishna, you explained the spiritual sky is so big we cannot fathom its size. Within that spiritual sky, 1/4 is the material creation, and within that there are innumerable universes, akin to mustard seeds in a large packet. We are located in one of those mustard seeds, or universes, on one of the smaller planets called Earth. Of the 7 continents on Earth, one is North America, where a popular city called Los Angeles resides. In LA, there's a long boulevard called La Cienega, and on that boulevard, there's one Hare Krishna temple. In that temple, there's one temple commander, and he thinks that he is very important. Srila Prabhupada, I still think I am very important. I pray this deluded sense of self-grandiosity is destroyed. The more time passes, the more I see that even what I perceive to be misery, whether due to physical ailment, perceived loneliness, or otherwise, are actually your mercy upon me, serving the greater purpose of evolving my consciousness to become a completely dependent servant of yours in full faith, love, and detachment from material affinity with total reliance on your mercy alone. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.8 purport, it is explained, one cannot approach the Supreme Pure, Lord Krishna, without undergoing a rigid purificatory process, which may appear like suffering, but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal hand of the Lord. I feel your personal hand in my life, Srila Prabhupada, in my lows and my highs. I can never offer you sufficient thanks for keeping me under your shelter, dragging me back to Godhead, and never neglecting me, regardless of all the times I have abandoned you. I pray my heart softens so I can aptly feel immense gratitude for your limitless compassion on my soul. Thank you for everything, and I hope to speak with you again soon. Your fallen soul, son, aspiring servant, and friend, Jagat Purusha Das.
Next, I request Anandini Mataji to read her offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, on this sacred occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I offer my humble and heartfelt obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories unto you, Srila Prabhupada. This year, I received the immense fortune of being accepted into your family through initiation. Though I am completely unqualified, you have kindly allowed me a place in your mission. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for accepting me, and thank you for engaging me in service, the very lifeline of my spiritual journey. Your books, teachings, and examples shine as a beacon in a world of darkness. I feel your presence guiding me every day through your Vani and the devotees you have empowered. I especially wish to express my gratitude to the devotees who are helping me walk the sacred path. Sadanand Prabhu, Badri Prabhu, Panduranga Prabhu, Kamalochan Prabhu, Jagat Purusha Prabhu, Palni Mataji, Sudevi Mataji, Srinidhi Mataji, Ratneshwari Mataji, Sindhupriya Mataji, and Sarveshwari Mataji. Each one has contributed to my understanding, purification, and inspiration in Krishna consciousness. I sincerely pray for their continued spiritual advancement, protection, enthusiasm, and blessings. I also pray for every single devotee who has ever inspired me in any way, knowingly or unknowingly. Please bless me with sincerity and steadiness so I may honor this life you have given me, and please guide me back to Godhead. May I always remain under the shelter of your lotus feet, serving you through your mission, through your books, and through your devotees forever. May we all come under your divine shelter, Srila Prabhupada, and return together back home, back to Godhead. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasada nagati kutopi, dhyayanstu vamstasya yasya stri sandhyam, vande guru shri charanaravindam. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the mercy of Krishna. Without Guru's grace, one cannot make any progress. Therefore, I offer respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a Guru again and again. Your insignificant servant, Anandini Devi Dasi.
Next, I request Bhagavatattva Prabhu to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. On this auspicious occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I offer heartfelt gratitude and seek your continued blessings and guidance. Your transcendental presence continues to illuminate the path of Bhakti Yoga and power countless souls to embark on the journey back home, back to Godhead. Your life is an offering of compassion, conviction, and unwavering service to Lord Krishna. You did not come to teach merely, you came to rescue. Through your divine books, beautiful deities, and the gift of devotee association, you have given us everything we need to perfect our lives. You have not only shared philosophy, but infused your teachings with potency capable of transforming even the most conditioned heart. One of your divine instructions that continue to touch my heart is the essential need for association with devotees. You have taught us that such association is not a mere formality. It is the very lifeblood of bhakti. In the company of sincere Vaishnavas, our hearts awaken and our spiritual resolve strengthens. It is within that sacred space that our devotion finds clarity and momentum. You inspired us to embrace the 9 limbs of devotional service with enthusiasm and joy. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, and Atmanivedanam. These processes blossom the soil of association
where mutual inspiration and guidance help uproot apathy and doubt. You mercifully clarified in your purports of Srimad Bhagavatam 1:18. Here is the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. The remedy is the association of Bhagavatas. There are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them, or either of them, can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. They are identical. Such clarity dispels all confusion. By engaging with your purports and associating with genuine devotees, you have truly given us everything. I humbly beg forgiveness for the offenses I have committed at your lotus feet and towards the Vaishnavas, knowingly or unknowingly. I am unqualified, flawed, yet you continue to shower your mercy upon me. You have given me the association of their Lordship, Sri Radha Damodara, a sublime gift beyond my comprehension. Kindly grant me the intelligence, strength, and purities to serve them. And you more deeply, more joyfully, and more consistently. Srila Prabhupada, I am eternally indebted to you. Thank you for your boundless mercy and for showering the path of devotion. Your aspiring servant, Bhagavad Tattvadasa.
Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Gaur Shakti Prabhu to come and read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All the glories to your divine grace on this auspicious day of Vyasa Puja. As stated in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.151, Brahmanda Brahmite Kaun Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and spiritual masters, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. As explained in this verse, I was lost and wandered in this material existence. It was only by your and Krishna's mercy that the seed of devotion was planted in my heart. Now, by your grace, another year in Krishna consciousness has passed, bringing with it new services, challenges, and priceless experiences. As I reflect upon writing this offering, my heart is filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude for your causeless mercy. I know myself to be unqualified and impure, a soul burdened by countless sins, unworthy to even utter your holy name and serving you or any Vaishnava. Despite my many offenses and shortcomings, you have showered your compassion upon me and accepted me as your disciple. You have given me a second chance at life through initiation, showing me the way to purify my existence and return home back to Godhead. I have stumbled and fallen into Maya's trap more times than I could count, but it has always been your merciful hand that has pulled me out. My most sincere prayer is that you will always keep me in your shelter and guide me. I am eternally indebted to you for this kindness, a debt that lifetimes of service could never repay. I am also profoundly grateful for the intimate service you have allowed me to render in dressing your deity form. I still remember how my body trembled with awe and nervousness that first time. I know I have fumbled many times with your dhoti and chadar, but you have always been kind enough to accept my service anyway. I sincerely ask for your forgiveness for any inconvenience I may have caused. Without your mercy and blessings, this life would be an impossible struggle. You have taught me the profound lesson of accepting all circumstances, good or bad, as part of Krishna's divine plan. This wisdom has given me the strength to move forward and accept everything. Thank you for guiding me at every moment and help me to advance in the spiritual life. Finally, I owe this life to you. Please always keep me engaged in your mission and always at your service, at your divine lotus feet, and bless me with your personal service. Your servant, Gaur Shakti Swarupa Dasa. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhate girim yat kripatam aham vande Shri Gurum Dina Taranam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the deliverer of the fallen souls. His mercy turns dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross the mountains. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Guru is glorified as the embodiment of divine grace and a conduit to Krishna's mercy, essential for spiritual advancement. I am identified as your disciple because of your extreme mercy on me, your glancing on me, your role in guiding me on the path of the devotional service, teaching me how to engage in loving service to Krishna. You always help me to understand the principles of bhakti and how to apply them in my life. I have also applied your teachings and guidance with my parents, grandparents, my spouse, my children, and my professional associates. I always followed your teachings, Jare dekho tare Krishna kaha, tare kaho Krishna upadesh. I am trying to do my daily chanting without any offense. By your mercy, my vision is changed, gradually developing love and devotion in chanting the holy name of the Lord, especially Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada, you have taught us that Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita are replete with Lord Krishna's message, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yukt vaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me, being completely absorbed in me. Surely you will come to me. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you explain that the Lord Chaitanya personally demonstrated how one can attain spiritual realization through the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I continuously pray to you, Srila Prabhupada, to uplift my sadhana bhakti so that it may blossom into bhava bhakti, through which I can truly comprehend the glories of devotional service. Ultimately, I aspire to reach the sublime teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on Prema Bhakti. My dear Srila Prabhupada, by your boundless mercy, please illuminate the path for me to attain that divine state of Prema, which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally exemplified. I have no desire to imitate him, but I yearn to reach that elevated plane so that I may fully grasp it and surrender my mind, intelligence, and ego in loving service to the Lord Krishna. By your mercy and little effort, I could convince my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my brothers-in-law, and his children to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They gave up meat eating and following the path of devotional service. This is all your causeless mercy, Srila Prabhupada. Please keep your mercy on me, so that I shall engage my mind, intelligence, and ego in the service of the Lord Radha Damodara and Nitai Gauranga to make me and my family's life successful. Your menial servant, Jagannath Tirthadasa.
Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Vijay Mataji to read her offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisance at your lotus feet. Throughout my life, I was genuinely praying for a spiritual guide. I searched for spiritual fulfillment through various paths and practices. But without the guidance of a true spiritual master, I found no real transformation within. Only after coming in contact with you, Srila Prabhupada, my ignorance started to dispel. By your divine blessings, in April 2024, I came in touch with the devotees of India Heritage Foundation, Boston, and began attending Harinama Sankirtana sessions conducted by Panduranga Prabhu every evening. He guided me to chant 16 rounds of the Mahamantra daily and patiently answered my questions. Later, by your blessings, I joined the book reading sessions led by Sadananda Prabhu. Under his expert guidance and profound understanding of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, I have become inspired to study your books with dedication and care. Only after reading your books did real transformation begin with me. Although you are not physically present, your presence is felt in every line of your books. By your mercy, I started associating with Badrinarayan Prabhu, Jagat Purush Prabhu, and all the congregation devotees, and Manisha Mataji, who is my spiritual companion in Krishna consciousness. She is supporting me in forming a local devotee group where we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and share whatever little knowledge we have and encourage one another's spiritual growth. Due to the association of these devotees, I have been able to receive Charanashraya and deepen my understanding of Vaishnava etiquette and Krishna consciousness. Please bless me so that I may always remain in the association of such devotees and never fall back into the materialistic world. Your books clarified the subtle distinctions between Parabrahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. I once thought these were synonyms, but you explained these unique meanings and proved that bhakti is the only path to Bhagavan. I used to recite the verse Bhajagovindam without understanding the correct meaning of the word bhaja. I used to think that bhakti is merely an internal emotion. Reading your books made me realize bhakti means to engage all our senses in the loving service of Krishna, Bhaj Sevayam. This is our true dharma. Only by doing devotional service to Krishna, our senses get purified. By your blessings, Sri Gauranitai deities were installed at my home by the devotees of India Heritage Foundation, Boston. That day was the most blissful day of my life. If it were not for your benediction, how could a person like me have such an auspicious opportunity to serve their lordships? My heart overflows with gratitude to you. After a long search, I finally feel that I have found my true spiritual path. For the first time, I am truly content and happy. My fears, anxieties, and attachments are slowly melting away. I know of no way to repay you except by chanting studying your books, and sharing this knowledge with others. I do not yet know how to fully surrender to Krishna and see his presence in everything. But by your mercy, I hope to learn. You have taught us by your own example how to be tolerant, friendly, and compassionate. I hope that by deepening my sadhana, I will overcome my internal enemies and learn these virtues. Tadvidhi pranipatena praniprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam janina tattvadakshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Gurudeva, as instructed in Bhagavad Gita 4.34, I humbly surrender myself at your lotus feet. On this auspicious day of Vyasa Puja, please bless me so that I may become worthy to serve you and Krishna. Your humble servant, Bhaktin Vijaya Puchakaila. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Next, I request His Grace Sukirti Keshav Prabhu to read his offering.
Dear Guru Maharaj and Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada, please accept this humble servant's fully prostrated obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.17.27, it is said, Acharyam mam vijaniyam navamanyate karhischit namartya buddhayasu yeta Sarvadeva Mayo Guruhu. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. Oh, my dear Guru Maharaj, my sincere gratitude for allowing this unfortunate soul to stay in your shelter as a speck of dust at your lotus feet for one more year. I continue praying to you daily to shower your mercy on me to be tolerant, prideless, humble, and be in your service. I continue to stay afloat in Krishna consciousness by your kindness, following your principles and teachings, and devotee association. I hear your lectures, read your books, and cherish the biggest gift of my life to render devotional service for the pleasure of their lordships, your divine grace and the devotees. A pure devotee's transcendental voice and Vani have the power to vanquish the material desires, to serve Maya and surrender to the Supreme. Please continue to keep me under your protection and give me the strength to fight my material desires. I am flabbergasted about your unfathomable reach from the spiritual world to this material world to care for your very insignificant servant like me. I was astounded when you blessed me with a job that is conducive for me to continue in my devotional service in this material life. Your divine grace knows exactly what is apt for me at this time of my life and career. I am humbled by your reciprocation to an unfortunate soul like me. I beg and pray for your mercy to give me the strength to follow my Sanatana Dharma and Gruhastha Dharma. I am blessed with your service to build public relations to get our temple name out there, identify and cultivate some sponsors, and build awareness of our temple with non-Indians living here in Massachusetts, USA. With the association of senior experienced devotees in this field and the guidance of our temple president, we were able to start building relationships with local aspiring or practicing devotees. I pray to you to please show us the path and give us the intelligence from within the heart to advance in this effort. In an association lecture by a senior devotee, I heard and admired the fact that as a commander-in-chief of Lord Chaitanya's army, you have been delivering thousands of jagais and madais. On that note, I am a most fallen and unfortunate soul that is conditioned in this material world. I earnestly pray for your kindness and mercy on this poor, inopportune wanderer to keep me in service of their lordships, your divine grace, and in the association of devotees. Your insignificant servant, Sukirti Kesavadas. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I would like to thank all the devotees for reading their offerings. For the devotees who didn't get a chance, we will have some more time after the Abhishekam. Next will be Abhishekam. So I request Kirtans to begin, and Srila Prabhupada would come, and the Abhishekam will begin in a few minutes. Aryan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. They're inside. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Gaura Hari Bol. Swasti no Govinda, Swasti no Achyutananto, Swasti no Vasudevo Vishnurdhadatu, Swasti no Narayano Naro Vai, Swasti na Padmanabha Purushottamo Dhadatu, Swasti no Vishvaksheno Vishveshwaraha, Swasti no Hrishikesho Harirdhadatu, Swasti no Vainateyo Harihi, Swasti no Anjana Suto Hanurbhagavato Dhadhatu, Swasti Swasti Sumangalaikesho Mahan, Shri Krishna Satchitananda Ganas Sarveshwareshwaro Dhadhatu. Om Swasti, Om Swasti. Om Swasti. Shri Guru Paramananda Premananda Phalaprada Vrajananda Pradananda Sevayamani Yojaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Prata Shrimannavadvipe Dvinetram Dvibhujam Gurum Varabhayapradam Shantam Smaret Tannama Purvakam. Tvam Gopika Rajarave Kesi Sevadhikarini Guru Nijapada Padme Dasyam Pradaya Kurumam Rajakanane Shri Radhangri Sevanarase Sukhinim Sukhabdau. Upachara mantras. Idamasanam Swagatam Suswagatam Etat Padyam Idamargyam Idamachamaniyam Esha Madhuparkaha Idam Punarachamaniyam Idam Snaniyam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णैकचेतमदमोह विनाशकारिन् मद्दृष्टिगोचर प्रभो प्रभुपाद स्वामिन् दोषाभिवृद्धि परिदूषितमन्दबुद्धेः संचिन्तयामि चरणौ तव भक्तिहेतो वृन्दावने रमणरेति प्रसिद्धभूमौ तत्रापि कृष्णबलरामसुपादमूले ज्ञानं परं परमकृष्णसुधर्म्यत्युक्तम् दान्तस्तु देव प्रभुपाद नमो नमस्ते 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 कृपापूर्णदृष्टि नमस्ते नमस्ते महानन्ददात्री नमामो नमामः पुनर्रक्ष रक्ष प्रसीद प्रभो पाहि मां दक्ष दक्ष भक्ति सिद्धांत शिष्याय भक्ति वेदांत नामिने प्रसन्नाय प्रशांताय तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्रीवंगभूमिजनभूषण गौरलीला गौरांगभावपरिशारणमात्रशील राधा मुकुंद पद पद्म मनोविलासिन् आनंद राशि प्रभुपाद नमो नमस्ते हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Now we'll chant Sannyasa Sukta. Harihi Om. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां बिभ्राजते यद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः सन्न्यासयोगाध्यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दह्रं विपापं परमेश्मभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमज्जसघ्घस्तं तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकं तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यम् यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Samsara Alida Loka Pranakarnya Gana Gana Tvam
Samsara Dava
Alida Loka Samsara Dava Nalalita Loka Pranakarnya Gana Gana Tvam
Samsara Dava Nalalita Loka
Prankasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charnaravinda Prankasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Shri Charnaravinda Mahaprabhu Kirtan Nritya Gita Vaditram Madhyam Prabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Maditram Madhyan Manasora Sena Prabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shri Vingraharadhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandiramarjanado Shri Vingraharadhana Shri Vingraharadhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandiramarjanado Yuktasya bhaksam shani anjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Yuktasya bhaksam Yuktasya bhaksam shani anjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadhana Tripta Naribhakta Sangha Chaturveda Shri Bhagavat Prasadat Swadhana Triptan Haribhakta Sangha Kritvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Kritvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Radhika Madhavayora Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Nam
Shri Radhika Madhavayora Para Madhurya Leela
Pratikshana Swadhana Lolopasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Swadhana Lolopasya Pratikshana Swadhana Lolopasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Nikunjayono Ratikeli Siddhyai Yayali Bhiryuktirapekshaniya Nikunjayono Ratikeli Siddhyai Yayali Bhiryuktirapekshaniya Daksha Dadivallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Daksha Dadivallabhasya Daksha Dadivallabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Oh, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Sakshadhari Tvena Samasta Shastrair Uktastatha Bhavyata Eva Shabdi Samasta Shastrair Uktastatha Bhavyata Eva Shabdi Sakshadhari Tvena Samasta Shastrair Uktastatha Bhavyata Eva Shabdi
Sakshadhari Tvena Samasta Shastrair Utastata Bhavyata Eva
Kintu Prabhoryaha Priyaiva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Eva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Kintu Prabhoryaha Priyaiva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadat nagati kutopi Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadat Oh Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi
Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi
Oh dhyayam subham sasya Yasya sri sandhyam Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande Yasya sri sandhyam Vande guru shri Dhyayam stubham sasya Yasya sri sandhyam Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Dhyayam subham sasya Yasya sri sandhyam
Vande guru shri charanarvindam 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 Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Samsara dava nalalita loka Pranaya karunya gana gana tvam
Samsara dava nalalita loka Pranaya karunya gana gana tvam
Tasya kalyana gurana vasya Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Tasya kalyana gunana vasya Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Oh Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam
Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanar Oh Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru
shri
Vande guru shri charanarvindam Vande guru shri charanarvindam
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Jai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jai Gaura Hari Bol
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We just witnessed a wonderful Abhishekam for His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, the next program, we have some special offering by Mukund Balaji on this special occasion of Sri Vyasa Puja. I would request Balram Prabhu to say a few more words about what the offering is. And then after that, we will be reading the devotees will be reading some of the offerings. And following that, we will have Guru Puja and Shahinad.
I have nothing further to say. The offering speaks for itself. Mukund, do you want to share anything?
Yes, this is a recording offering of a special tune of Gaur Arati that was recorded by Prabhupada and then eventually by the ISKCON London Temple in 1970 along with George Harrison. This is a version of that featuring Keshava, Pramanjali, and Bhima, who's not here with us today, sadly. So I will play the recording, and it will be releasing on Spotify soon.
Hare Krishna. Next, I request Srinidhi Mataji to read her offering.
Hare Krishna. Sorry. Okay. To dear most respected Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. I feel immensely blessed and joyful through by your mercy. I received initiation on the. Oh, sorry, Prabhu. This is Sindhu Priya Mataji. That's what I was wondering. It is not my. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja. All glories to your divine grace. Please accept my humble and respectful obeisances. I feel deeply fortunate to have the opportunity to write the offering on your appearance day. I struggle to find adequate words to express my gratitude to you from every perspective. You are the source of all auspiciousness in my life. I did not have I don't have any qualification, Srila Prabhupada, but I am very fortunate to have the opportunity to offer my heartfelt thanks to you on your appearance day for showing us the path of Krishna consciousness. You opened my eyes to the beauty and unlimited depth of Krishna's love. Your lectures and books continue to be a beacon of light, guiding me through life's challenges. I know I fall short to following your instructions. I know I fall short of following your instructions perfectly. I'm trying every day to endeavor on the promises made to you, to follow your instructions and teachings, and practice the path of Krishna consciousness mindfully. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasadam, yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the benediction of Krishna. Without the grace of spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. On this auspicious occasion, I beg for your mercy to give me more inspiration, intelligence, and determination to achieve my goals and serve your grace and the Lord to the best of my abilities. Please give me spiritual strength and confidence to overcome the materialistic difficulties and stay on the path to follow your instructions. Please accept me as your humble servant. Bless me with constant devotee association and service of the Lord. All glories to you, spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. Please accept me at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Next, I request Sudevi Priya Mataji to read her offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet on this most auspicious day of your divine appearance. On this special day, I beg you to give me inspiration, intelligence, determination, and strength to accept only those things which please you and reject those things which displease you. Through your instructions, you have given us the greatest wealth, the opportunity to serve Krishna and his devotees, and to find true happiness in devotional service. You have delivered the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to every corner of the world, making the path of bhakti accessible to all, regardless of background or birth. Your compassion is like a merciful rain cloud, extinguishing the blazing fire of material suffering and nourishing the Bhakti Lata Bija, the seed of devotion in our hearts. Please give me the strength to overcome my weaknesses and never forget that my only shelter is your lotus feet, and that by your mercy alone I can make any progress in spiritual life. On this day, I offer you my heart, my words, and whatever little service I can render. May I always be an instrument in your hands, helping to spread your mission and bring joy to your heart. Please allow me to remain your servant eternally, your humble servant, Sudevi Priya Devi Dasi.
Next, I request Bhakta Bhuvana Shyam Todunapani to read his offering.
My dearest Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. On this most auspicious occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I offer my deepest gratitude and prayers. May your divine blessings always be upon me, so I may assist in expanding your glorious mission and help guide more souls to take shelter at your lotus feet. I am eternally grateful to you for bringing Krishna consciousness to the West. With your boundless compassion and selfless efforts, I, who am the most fallen and entangled in material life, would never have the opportunity to receive the mercy of Lord Krishna, yourself, and your dedicated followers. It is by your mercy alone that I have found shelter at your lotus feet. Your benevolence and kindness are without limit. You opened a divine path that leads to eternal bliss and freedom from material suffering. Your tireless dedication to preaching the glories of the Lord, even at an advanced stage where most seek rest, is nothing short of miraculous. You traveled the world to plant the seed of bhakti in countless hearts and established welcoming spiritual homes on every continent. Your glories are truly unlimited. With all sincerity and deep gratitude, I bow before you again and again, begging for a mere drop of your mercy, so I may become a worthy instrument in your service of your lotus feet and the feet of your dear servants. Jai Srila Prabhupada, your humble servant, Bhakta Shyam. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Next, I request Bhakta Dinesh to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you. Thank you so much for making the arrangement where I could meet and interact with your Uhavava disciples last year. Thank you for taking so many unimaginable austerities to create a facility to deliver so many souls. Thank you for engaging me in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, regardless of my consciousness, and giving me an opportunity to elevate by providing the kind association of your disciples. I am grateful that no matter how difficult the day is, you always make arrangements where I follow your rules and regulations and allow my spiritual life to continue. Thank you for answering the questions that were in my heart without me having to ask them out loud. Thank you for helping me overcome my doubts. So many births I have taken to come to this human form of life, and now you have chosen me, Prabhupada. That too in the movement where you are the only Acharya. I am thinking of my indebtedness in the perspective of the well, whereas there is an ocean of indebtedness. If you so desire, please give me the strength to follow your rules and regulations. If you so desire, please give me the strength to make a lot of friends in the university with Krishna in the center. If you so desire, please give me the strength to complete all my assigned duties and please your disciples and you. If you so desire, give me the strength to follow all your instructions. If you so desire, please allow me to be an instrument in your harmonious mission. Your aspiring servant, Bhakta Dinesh Kodwani.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Bhakta Mukund Balaji to read his offering. Where am I?
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories unto you. This past year has been challenging overall. I started my undergraduate education at Boston University, and at times it was difficult to balance schoolwork, my japa and book readings, and maintaining a healthy schedule. Despite these difficulties, by your causeless mercy, I managed to continue practicing Krishna consciousness, even with limited access to our Sri Radha Damodar temple. Two of the most significant factors that helped me maintain contact with the temple devotees were the MIT Origins Club meetings, where we discussed the meanings behind the chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. One of the most important lessons I learned was regarding how we must do our duties and overcome any reservations that might arise regarding the work we have to do. Arjuna's concerns were regarding the outcome of his fighting in the Battle of Kurukshetra, such as killing his family and thus living with the guilt of the death of his kin and his actions resulting in fatherless children and widows. However, he realizes that these concerns are insignificant to the importance of doing his duty as a Kshatriya. It was these sessions that kept me connected to the temple and Krishna consciousness at a time where I figured I wouldn't get such chances for some time. The second factor that kept me connected was distributing prasadam to some students at Boston University. I have never done anything like this before, and it was only due to your mercy that I built up the confidence to ask my friends if they're interested in getting a free dinner once a week. Not only did I manage to get freshly cooked prasadam every week, but 5 other people did as well, which was only to their benefit. This service of distributing prasadam was something unique and a first for me, and was a large rhinoceros that I caught this year. I have also officially applied to launch Boston University's chapter of Origins to expand our temple's preaching efforts at the university level. I hope this club will be successful with your mercy. As I enter my second year of undergraduate education, I hope to remain in your service at your lotus feet and expand my activities under your merciful guidance. Your humble servant, Bhakta Mukund Balaji.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Bhakta Balasubramaniam Raghavan to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisance on this auspicious day of Vyasa Puja. All glories unto you. I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your guidance in fostering Krishna consciousness within me, enabling me to follow the 4 regulatory principles and approach my chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with sincerity. I respectfully request your ongoing support and direction as I strive to maintain consistency and devotion in chanting 16 rounds daily and to continue expanding my spiritual understanding. Through your blessings, I was granted the opportunity to serve in numerous capacities during the 2nd anniversary festival of the Sri Sri Radha Damodar Temple in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. It was an honor to carry the deities in the Pallaki procession, an experience made possible by your benevolence. I also had the privilege of participating in all 4 days of the festival and witnessing the grand Ratha Yatra procession. I humbly seek your continued blessings so that I may remain committed to the path of devotion and persist in my offering my service to the Lordships. Your humble servant, Bhakta Bala Subramaniam Raghavan.
Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Bhakta Siddharth Kodwani to read his offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you on this auspicious occasion of your divine Vyasa Puja. It is by your boundless compassion and your tireless efforts that the torchlight of knowledge has reached even someone like me, a student in a foreign land, navigating studies, service, and self-discovery. Though immersed in academic life and worldly distractions, it is your teachings, your books, your devotees, and your presence in the form of ISKCON that have constantly pulled me back to the essence. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are His eternal servants. Srila Prabhupada, I do not come from a deeply religious background, nor do I claim any qualifications, but you have made bhakti so accessible. You have shown that even while editing social media reels or making posters or outreach, one can serve Krishna. Even as I promote books or invite friends to a university program, your mercy flows through, showing how every skill, when offered to you, becomes purified and spiritualized. Your presence inspires me to balance my college life with devotional service. I've seen how your movement transforms lives through events like Janmashtami, Book Marathon, and Gita Jayanti. I've watched Americans and Indian professors and freshmen pause and listen to Krishna's message. It amazes me how relevant your teachings remain. In a world that runs faster and gets noisier, your words bring the deepest peace. Srila Prabhupada, I beg for the strength to serve ISKCON in whatever way I can, whether through designing, posting, cooking, distributing books, or simply showing up. Please bless me that I may remain steady in chanting, humble in attitude, eager to learn, and sincere in service. Thank you for giving me a spiritual family, a mission to live for, and a purpose beyond grades and career. Your aspiring servant, Siddharth.
Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Bhakta Jaganjala to read his offering.
Hare Krishna. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Today is the most auspicious day as you appeared to show us a spiritual path to reach Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. You spent your life in translating scriptures such as Bhagavatam, Sri Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and have written so many books. Thank you so much for translating them in detail. Your translation to the verse has provided me the insight of transcendental nature of the Lord. Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo veti tattvataha, tyakta deham punarjanmanaiti mameti soarjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. But I keep forgetting because of the activities in material nature. Thank you for creating the culture of devotee association, which reminds me of another instruction, also to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti Eva Gatiranyadha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. I beg you to give the opportunity to do the devotional service again and again throughout my lifetime and help me to advance in the spiritual journey, to attain Krishna Prema and remember Krishna every breath. Your aspiring servant, Jagan. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki. Next, I request Ramya Natarajan Mataji to read her offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace on this most auspicious day of your appearance in this world. You are truly the source of inspiration for all of us. At the age of 69, you bravely journeyed alone on the Jaladuta with minimal possessions, fulfilling your spiritual master's instruction to spread Krishna consciousness. Your mission has been a tremendous success, and I am eternally grateful for the Krishna consciousness you instilled within me. Thank you for inspiring me to take a vow to chant 4 rounds daily. This simple commitment has profoundly improved my spiritual journey. I am also deeply thankful for your guidance on the Ekadeshi fasting and for keeping the process so simple. This has allowed me to focus on remembering Krishna and has helped me to maintain energy for active devotional service. Your books, like Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers, are a treasure. Through them, you have clearly explained the purpose of human life, how to purify ourselves from material contamination, and the qualifications of a perfect devotee. These teachings have genuinely helped eliminate my confusions about the fleeting attractions of the material world. Srila Prabhupada, I am deeply grateful for your immense and causeless mercy upon all of us. Thank you for leading us to the wonderful path of Krishna consciousness. Please give me the strength to continue this journey and illuminate our way, guiding our souls towards liberation and the lotus feet of the divine Godhead. By your servant, Bhaktin Ramya. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
We are grateful to all the devotees who have written their offerings for Srila Prabhupada and to all the devotees who have read so far. Unfortunately, because of paucity of time, we may not be able to have all the devotees read. But next, we will move. I would request His Grace Sadanand Prabhu to speak a few words on this occasion. Following that, I would again request His Grace Haribolananda Prabhu and Her Grace Garudi Mataji to share a few more things. And after that, we will have Guru Puja in the temple hall.
Hare Krishna. So I was telling Panduranga Prabhu that we are blessed that this Vyasa Puja celebration we have Harivalananda Prabhu and Garudi Mataji also amongst us. We read our humble offerings, and many times we read that offering and that offering remains in that paper and we forget about that the whole year. And again, when the next time the offering comes, again we think what to write. I'm talking about myself personally. And then struggle and just fill something. My only prayer to all of you, if whatever you read, you can reflect and remember and you can work on that. What we say, and when it comes to applying, there is some gap, and it is very, very difficult to bridge that gap. Before I hand over the mic to Prabhu and Mataji, I would like to ask them to share their inspirational story, at least one quality of Prabhupada, which inspired them to become a devotee and how they are able to sustain. Because something which comes out from the heart will inspire all of us who are aspiring to follow this path of devotion. There is one verse of Bhagavatam I just wanted to mention. This comes in case you want to know the relationship of a guru and his disciple, and what does a guru do to his disciple, and how does it work. So this verse comes in this third canto, 25th chapter, 8th verse. And this verse says, Tasya tvam tamaso andhasya dusparasya dya paragam satchakshur janmanam ante labdham me tvad anugrahat. Tasya tvam tamaso andhasya. Tasya tvam tamaso andhasya dusparasya adya paragam. The word that is described for a spiritual master is called paragam. And Prabhupada highlights that word paragam, who can help us cross over. Tasya tvam tamasa andhasya. And this material world, which is a dark place of material existence, tamaso andhasya. And we are blinded, we are not able to see. Dusparasya. And this is extremely difficult to cross. Sometimes the value of a spiritual master which we have got by his causeless mercy, we can't really fathom. Tasya tvam tamasa andhasya dusparasya adya paragam satchakshur janmanam ante. Satchakshur. Because we are blinded, because this is a dark place, and this is extremely difficult to overcome. But paragam, that spiritual master can help us cross this material ocean, and he has given us that satchakshur, and that comes after janmanam ante, after many, many births, that we are able to see some things. Labdhav me tad anugrahat, by his causeless mercy. Your Lordship is my only means of getting out of this darkest region of ignorance, because you are my transcendental eye, which by your mercy only I have attained after many, many births. So purport, this verse is very instructive, since it indicates the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple. The disciple or conditioned soul is put into this darkest region of ignorance, and therefore is entangled in the material existence of sense gratification. It is very difficult to get out of this entanglement and attain freedom. But if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a spiritual master, like Kapila Muni or his representative, then by his grace only, one can be delivered from the mire of ignorance. The spiritual master is therefore worshipped as one who delivers the disciple from the mire of ignorance with the light of the torch of knowledge. The word paragam is very significant. Paragam refers to one who can take the disciple to the other side. This side is conditioned life, and the other side is the life of freedom. The spiritual master takes the disciple to the other side by opening his eyes with knowledge. We are suffering simply because of ignorance. By the instruction of the spiritual master, the darkness of ignorance is removed, and thus the disciple is enabled to go to the side of freedom. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that after many, many births, one surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, if after many, many births, one is able to find a bona fide spiritual master and surrender to such a bona fide representative of Krishna, one can be taken to the side of light. Thus ends the wonderful Bhaktivedanta purport. So now I humbly request His Grace Harivalananda Prabhu and Garudi Mataji to share few of their experiences.
Hare Krishna. In 1973, December, I was in the middle of this is a quality of Srila Prabhupada, of like equality that he had for all his devotees. Even though he gave some devotees more responsible positions and some less, still his love was equal for all his disciples. And at that time, there was somewhat of a controversy going on in Bhaktivedanta Mana. Actually, it wasn't too long after George gave the mana. And what happened was there were some financial mistakes made, and the finances for running the temple became almost drained. And so at the time, Srila Prabhupada wasn't in that country. He was preaching somewhere else in the world. But he requested the GBCs to please send someone there. Whoever's the closest can go there and try to save the situation, right, help on it. So a godbrother of mine, he was a GBC at the time in Germany. And he came there and on the instructions of the other GBCs. And he made an unusual demand on all the devotees. And I won't go into details about the demand, because what it was you had to follow his demand, or you actually have to leave the Bhaktivedanta Mana. So it was quite disturbing to a lot of devotees, because we understood, this is what we do. We have nowhere else to go, And so there was a group of devotees who got together, and we decided, we didn't know what to do. We were very confused, and we said, well, can we write to Srila Prabhupada and ask him what to do, because we're perplexed. We don't know. So then, so anyway, I ended up being nominated to write the letter to Srila Prabhupada. And at that time, we all knew that Srila Prabhupada was spending most of his time as translation, even though he was still preaching so many engagements and everything. And so I wrote the letter asking Srila Prabhupada. We were very concerned and very, kind of confused, and we didn't know what to do. And when his reply came back, what was it? I wrote the letter explaining the situation to Srila Prabhupada. Well, his reply came back, and he said to me, you go to this GBC, you go to this leader, right? And you ask him, where does he stay when he comes to Bhaktivedanta Mana? After all, it is not his house. Okay, so it was very strong words. And then the latter part of the letter, I was very, very surprised, because I was just the gardener, farmer. I wasn't in any superior position of management or anything. But he said to me, accept my blessings, and you continue, and you let me know. He said, you kindly keep me informed of the situation there. And I thought, I didn't expect such a compassionate and, but he's treating me like I thought, I felt that a superior or someone in a superior position would be treated like that, not myself. Because anyways, Srila Prabhupada was always equal to all his disciples in that way, So anyways, actually before I received the letter, actually another part of it I'm missing out. Before I received the letter, before I read the letter, it came through the office in Bhaktivedanta Mana, the mail room, and the leader there saw the letter and became very disturbed with me, and said that I was committing a tremendous offense, disturbing Srila Prabhupada, during his, because he was so busy and everything. And actually I felt very, very bad about it, because then I started to pray to Srila Prabhupada, I'm very sorry that may have caused some terrible offense to you. But then afterwards I opened the letter, and I got the letter and I read, and I was very shocked, wow, Srila Prabhupada. And he was asking me, please keep me kindly informed of the situation there. But so it's a wonderful, that's his one experience, one occasion that Srila Prabhupada showed his kindness to me, even though I didn't deserve it. But it's, you want to say something?
I just wanted to read my
Okay.
Vyasa Puja offering. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you. Thank you for your mercy. I'm having trouble. I forgot my glasses. Next year, it will be 50 years since you so graciously accepted me as your disciple. My family and I have been reading your unchanged Bhagavad Gita as it is over and over again, and I get new understanding every time. I understand that I am to do my duty for Krishna. I understand that I am not the doer, that I do nothing. I understand that I just desire, and you fulfill those desires according to what I deserve by the material energy or by you directly. My husband has helped me to understand these points. You also have stated that the second part of your mission of establishing Varnashrama was not completed, and that we, your disciples, must do that. What is my position with the body of a woman in Varnashrama? My daughter and daughter-in-law compiled a book called Daughters of Prabhupada with quotes about women in Krishna consciousness from all your books, letters, conversations, etc. I think it could be considered a Varnashrama book, helping those with women's bodies to know their position and to know their duty. You also have stated that the second, oh, let's see, right here. Thank you. My position in Varnashrama is as a wife, so I am trying my best to serve Krishna by serving my husband, who is serving you. Thank you again for your mercy. Your servant of the servant, Gurudi Devi Dasi.
Well, Mataji has been a wonderful assistant with me, helping me. It's compared that a good wife is a boat that can help you cross the ocean. So she's been at least that. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for that. That incident, another, you know, earlier when we were speaking about Srila Prabhupada coming to Amsterdam, I didn't feel like, I was so apprehensive. That was the first time actually he showed his kindness, because I was so apprehensive. I was carving those deities from a small postcard that we found there in Amsterdam at some place. And it really wasn't the style. It was more of, in India you get these Jagannath deities, which are, there's different styles, you know. And I wanted to sort of make it the style like Srila Prabhupada, when in the early days, I think it was Malati Devidasi, found, I'm not sure whether it was Balaram or Subhadra, in a small, like Indian import store. And she brought it to Srila Prabhupada, showed him, and Prabhupada like paid his obeisances, like, oh, and he's asking like, where is the other two? Right, you should bring them. So, and that original form there. But anyways, I was so much apprehensive and so nervous whether I would hit the chisel in the wrong way and take a big chunk out of it, and then I would have to start all over again. I really didn't have any experience of that kind of carving at the time. All I did, Akoyananda Maharaj, who was the president at the time, he asked, does anybody here know anything about carving? Right, because he had already contacted Srila Prabhupada and asked him, would he come to Amsterdam? And Prabhupada says, well, yes, I'll come there. I need some some engagement. I need some. I says, well, we're going to get some Jagannath deities. And that's in the early days, that's how it was. I mean, there was no planning. It's like, you know, so then Koyananda asked us, is there anybody here who knows anything about carving? Nobody knew anything. And I used to, when I was a young boy, I used to just use a penknife like so many other young boys would do, and I'd do some whittling, you know, on wood and sticks and what have you. So I said, well, I've done some with the penknife. I used to carve some sticks and said, oh, okay. Well, you can carve some Jagannath deities. It was like, it's a long way from whittling sticks. But so anyways, as I said, I was so apprehensive and nervous about doing it. But, you know, obviously by His mercy and by the mercy of Lord Jagannath, I was able to do it. And when he came, you know, he so graciously, he did the installation and everything. Because then when he left, he didn't say anything. So I was wondering, I wonder if he liked them, you know, was it, and what they really, you know. He did the installation, so maybe he must have approved them because, you know. But then I heard from Brahmananda Prabhu on his way to the airport. He was walking towards the plane, and he turned to Brahmananda and said, "Oh, nice deities. They were nice deities." So that's another time that he showed his kindness, you know. But I'm saying that about my particular incidents, the thing. But he was kind like that to all his devotees, all his disciples, in various different ways, you know, and always encouraging, you know. You want to say anything more? No. So, of course, I just enjoyed so much hearing so many wonderful offerings to Srila Prabhupada here today. So many sincere souls who understand the meaning of this day and why it's actually happening because of Srila Prabhupada. That's, you know, we cannot go to Krishna directly. Have to go through Srila Prabhupada. We have to do that. So in that way, today there's also a class of devotee that thinks like, you know, I can do this with Krishna, I can do that with Krishna, and so many things. And they sort of like have this mentality of jumping over, you know, which is, it's very offensive actually. But, and it appears sometimes that they are Krishna conscious because they're chanting Hare Krishna, and they're, you know, dressed like a devotee and everything. But in actuality, you cannot have any real Krishna consciousness without first going through Krishna's devotee, his pure devotee. Just like we said earlier, and so many devotees reading their offerings have quoted that prayer, Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasada, because only by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, only by the grace, can we make any advancement. Like, yeah, so there's also another. Well, when we first got back to Vedanta Mana, most of the devotees first in Bury Place. Bury Place was very small, and there was a wonderful lecture there, an incident that I sat in there with Srila Prabhupada was in 72, and it's when he spoke about the two chairs on the altar, the two little chairs he requested. He said one was for Narada Muni and the other one was for what was it? Lord Brahma, yeah. You know, it goes. Material mind is thinking, you know, the chairs are too small. You know, so it's like Lord Brahma, you know, he's sitting on a lotus, you know, and the size of the lotus is enormous. You know, so okay, so of course they all have mystic powers because they're demigods, so they can change their form in any time they want. You know, later on I understood it like that. But and that was a wonderful lecture there. Srila Prabhupada spoke about how try to think beyond the body. Try to think beyond the body, right? Because if we can think beyond the body, of course, that's what Krishna consciousness is all about, thinking beyond the body, understanding that we are something more than the body, an eternal spirit soul. And so that lecture he gave there was because there was, even at that time, very early in the movement, there was things going on. I know Prabhu asked me the other day about different things. Was it the same then as it is now, you know? It's always been problems. And no, Srila Prabhupada always saved the day, you know. And what kept us going was actually understanding who he was, you know, and seeing that his compassion and his approach to his disciples and everything, the whole situation. He was so, what would you say? I mean, undisturbed. He was just, because, you know, he's seeing everything through the eyes of Krishna, you know. And so, but I remember one time we stayed up overnight. When he first came to Bhaktivedanta Manor, we all stayed up overnight. Like there was like 40 or 50 devotees doing everything. And the next morning we were falling asleep. He was giving a lecture and half of us were falling asleep in the lecture listening to him, you know. But he never made any comment, and he could understand, you know, all these disciples were there trying to please him by, he'd heard that, you know, they'd worked so hard all night. And so it's so many times Srila Prabhupada's kindness. And that also, you know, like I was saying earlier, it's what took place later on is such a compassionate personality of Srila Prabhupada, just to come to the West and do what he did, to spread the holy name and to follow the instructions of his spiritual master. There's no limits to his compassion, you know, and his kindness, not only in a very personal way, you know, and that goes on even now. I don't know what experiences any of your Prabhus here have had, but in the form of his Vani, you know, a messenger without a message is not a messenger, right? So the Vani is the most important thing, right? I mean, you have these gurus, some of them, they come and they claim, and they don't speak, right? They don't say anything. And then later they write books. So it's like Prabhupada makes a comment. So they're not speaking for 20 years, and then they write books. So, you know, that's the age of hypocrisy, right? But even in his Vani form, it's there. It's there for us. If we try to understand who Srila Prabhupada is, and that he's a manifestation of Krishna's mercy, then he can speak to us. He can hear our prayers. He can respond, you know. And even though he may not, he responds by maybe adjusting the situation where we realize something and we go, oh wow, you know, I've learned something today, you know. It's like that. So as we get realizations, even through the Vani form, and of course in the future that will be more and more. If we can understand that, then that will be our success, because that's the real form. As he said so many times, don't become attached, you know, to my form. There are so many quotes. I remember one very interesting situation where a godbrother of mine, Vaikuntanath, he was in India, and they were, I think it was in India, yeah, and they were doing some preaching, book distribution. And as they were going back to the temple, Srila Prabhupada, there was a question coming up about initiation, and Srila Prabhupada said, actually Vaikuntanath asked Srila Prabhupada, he said, Srila Prabhupada, what about all those people who are not initiated by you? How will they, when you're gone, how will they get initiation if you're not around, when you depart, right? He said, if you're reading my books, you are initiated. You know? So the Vani, that's Vani, right? That's the Vani, the words in the books, the information in the books, that's the Vani. So if you're sincere about taking up and seeing Srila Prabhupada in the form of Vani, then, you know, that is the real connection. You know, it's interesting because even from a mundane point of view, today we can see the idea of sound vibration and frequency is becoming so much more popular in the medical profession, in the healing profession, and so many things. It's amazing what they're coming up with, you know. And so, I mean, it's a different form than transcendental vibration, but still, step by step, the knowledge hopefully we can pray that one day they will understand that the highest form of healing and frequency is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
In few minutes, we'll have Guru Puja inside the temple hall. So I request all of you, all the devotees, after Srila Prabhupada leaves this place, you can follow Srila Prabhupada and enter the temple hall.